That's a welcome from the peacocks. And thank you. I think it's a pleasure that all of you all are here today on a Saturday evening, spending time to listen to perspectives and share your perspectives. Just to give you a brief for the people who are coming for the first time, Speak Up Club started in the year 2020. In May, post-COVID came in, and because we had nothing to do at home, I had to do something and I had to make everyone speak. And that's where we started with Speak Up Club. The idea behind Speak Up Club is to get people together. We are not talking of some accomplished people or someone who's successful and bring in their story. We are talking of common people like you, me and everyone who can come and share our stories, share our perspectives. I feel each one of us have a lot of experiences in our life that we do not get a chance to express ourselves. And that's the reason we started Speak Up Club, a platform where we could just express what we feel. And in this time that we have in this meeting, listen to the perspectives, because that's a treasure that we have where we can learn so many things from the stories and perspectives of what people have to share. That's the reason we started. Since the time we started, we have had, if we combine the member programs and the open programs, we have done over 250 sessions until now from 2020. That's the journey with the open mics, the Speak Up Mastery, communication skill trainings that we do, a combine of all these things. And we have had over 1,000 individuals in one or two or many sessions who have joined these programs from 16 different countries. So that's how the platform. In the offline space, we started 1 year back because we found that there was a desire, or a lot of people, that public speaking or this community that we want to feel deeper connect can do better if we meet in the offline space, because you have a lot of other elements other than just what you say or in the screen. There are a lot of energy and elements that we all can share and experience the vibe that can happen in the offline space at a different level altogether. So we started with the offline Speak Up Club last year in June. So this is our 11th offline open mic session that we are doing. So it's been an experience, a different one, challenging one, with getting people to move from their homes and travel and come to a space. But yes, it's been enriching, learning for us of how we are getting people together. Different people, different thought process, different ideologies, all coming under one roof and spending 1.5 hours with us, with each other, with themselves, and sharing their stories. So today, for the first time, we decided to take it, while we are calling it open mic, we are not doing it in the open. We were doing it in the closed rooms, in the venue that we had till now. Now what we decided was to bring it in the open, genuinely in the open, so that we all can feel connected in the nature. That was the thought behind doing this session in the open. Experimenting with it, let's see how things turn out, and next time, let's see if this works out. We can plan different things, like in a cave or another park or another venue. This is all experimenting with regard to what we can do, but what remains the same and consistent is a platform for all of you all to express yourself, to share your stories. Having said that, let's get into the theme that we are meeting up today. Unlike other open mics where it is a randomness of different forms of expressions, different stories and different ideas which are not connected, Speak Up Club open mics are generally with a theme wherein we want to build the different perspectives on a single theme from the stories and experiences that all of you all have. And that's the goal, where at the end of it, on the theme, we are enriched and empowered and leave with a lot of wisdom, with different lived experiences that each one of us share. We're not looking for some book that we read or some story that we read. Go inwards, share your experience, your story, and you can be just yourself over here. The theme that we have for today is rituals. We are in the midst, it's often said in India, in the later half of the year, there are more holidays than working days because of the festivities that we celebrate, spread across all religions, all communities, different forms of religions, different forms of festivities that we celebrate. We all do a lot of rituals, whether it's in these religious celebrations or either ways. In our personal life, in our regular daily routines also, we follow a few rituals. There are rituals that we follow about our work, the way we go ahead with our work, or our community, or our family, or specific incidents or celebrations that you have in your family. Today, I want each one of you all to share whatever ritual that you celebrate and share with us the act of what is the ritual that you follow, what is the thought or the spirit behind that ritual, and how does it influence your life. I'm not asking you for a speech per se, but if you can cover these three aspects, it will be in complete helping us know more about the ritual that you follow and feel inspired about maybe want to try that out for our own life, and looking at the benefits that you have got, maybe get inspired to do the same. The rituals, again, like I said, it's not limited to rituals of religions. It can be any ritual that you follow. With that, I open the stage for you all to come and express yourself. Who would like to come first?
Speaking about rituals, I don't follow any rituals for festivities per se, for many reasons. For many years, I lived in the US where we did not know when Dasara fell. Everything was on a weekend. Birthdays were on weekend, Dasara was on a weekend, Diwali was on a weekend. So it was more like, socializing more than following any rituals. The other thing about rituals also, after relocating here, coming back, I saw many people getting caught in rituals, forgetting the actual essence behind it. That was a turn off for me. You have so many gods photos, you have so many rituals, you have to chant so many shlokas, and doing in all this, you are so caught up in doing all those things, you forget why you are doing it, what is the impact on you, what is the real meaning behind those rituals. And that was like a put off for me. You go, you see, especially women. I am on camera, but it has become more external, more materialistic, the decor, this, that, and all. So, as for me, my morning ritual, more than me, I will tell you my husband's ritual. We wake up and I pretend to be sleeping for a little longer so he can wake up and he can make the tea. And he makes a better tea than me. Okay, that's a ritual.
Wake him up and make him well the tea.
Okay, so we have tea and then he comes to KBR. Rain or shine, he comes to KBR. This is like his oxygen, not only natural oxygen, but social oxygen as well, which is so very important for all of us. We are empty nesters. It's only two of us, and we don't have a lot of lovey-dovey things to talk about at this stage of our life, other than, okay, have you done that kind of thing. So this is a very nice environment where he comes. That is his ritual: breathing, socializing, walking. And my ritual, yes, I do follow certain rituals. After normal bathing and all that, I devote to myself like half an hour where I do my puja. And I do read Bhagavad Gita every day, a few shlokas. More than the pronunciation and all that, I try to see what I can incorporate from that, how it applies to me, how I can improve myself. So yeah, I do that puja, and then a day goes on. But also I want to take this opportunity to talk about the resting ritual, which is my program, which I started almost 3.5 years ago. I was looking for something to do. Everything has turned online. So I was thinking, okay, what can I do to help people? Thankfully, this Zoom came in very handy. And that is one of the positive things of COVID, everybody moving to Zoom and all. So I started this program. It's 3 nights a week. Right now, I'm on a break, but I plan to restart it. The objective was to develop a more positive set of mind. Every day when you go to bed, we are thinking about what happened during the day, what we could not do, and what we have to do tomorrow. So you go to bed with stress, you wake up with stress. So instead of that, I wanted to turn it around, sleep with gratitude, make some affirmations to yourself, and express gratitude to everything, including trash picker and Swiggy and the corner Marwadi shop, who delivers goods to your house. So, and then a short meditation. So a lot of people gave him positive feedback. So I hope you will all join my resting ritual. With that, I end my speech.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and just a quick intro. I'm Subbu Machiraju, and been in management consulting side for many years now, and part of Toastmaster before, but very, very long ago. I quit long back. Okay, coming to the theme today. I follow several speakers actually. Really, like one of my favorite speaker is J.D. Krishnamurti. So he's, as you know, he's a non-believer of God and non-believer of religion, non-believer of rituals. Nevertheless, I make a balance because we are living in a society, where this happens and we have to be part of the society as well. So if there is a Ganesha thing, I do that, I do perform the puja, but like it's not a daily thing that I do. But yes, like just to connect with the God, I do connect with the God once in a while. It's not that every day I do the pujas or go to the temples and so forth. So, but for me, it's rituals. Personally, for me, is like as ma'am was saying, the gratitude. My father was was a banker, and he never followed any rituals per se. Like he was in a previous generation, but he never followed the rituals. So that came probably to me as well. And he was more on the social side, though he was a banker. He was doing a lot of social work. So I went into that path of probably that's a better way to do to have a purpose in life. So I do some kind of scholarships. I run a old age home which my father started. I continue to run it. So those are few things which and if you meet my driver outside or my maid at home, maid help at home, all of them would watch in terms of how we can bring a change in their life. So we can't change the society at large. We can pick only few things and start doing it. So my rituals is all about pick these four or five people or one or two institutions and run those things. So that's how my most of my day goes, apart from my usual professional management consulting. So start my day with I start my day at 5:30. Like it's wake up 6:30 to 8:30 is my walk, meditation, pranayama, exercise time, and then I get to my work and finish my thing, and then towards the evening I play for myself, play tabla for myself. So that's something which I do. So Gajendra sir was my guru, and he's well known in Hyderabad for tabla. So I did learn. I gave about 4-5 exams there. So I do that. So my rituals is all about like it's helping people, like doing my work, whatever it is, because that's important as to live for yourself and earn. And that's about. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Cool. So good morning, everyone. There's a reason why I said good morning, because I want the energy levels really up. And by the way, we are doing a serious activity now. Please stand up. We're going to sing the national anthem. No, just kidding. I was just kidding. I just wanted to check how alert and active all of you are. So, can I ask you a question now? Okay. So the question is very simple. How much memory capacity do you think you have? Your brain, what is the capacity of it? And any guesses?
There's actually a number, but I don't remember. It's a very big number, some terabyte or something.
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Ma'am?
I read somewhere that we can use 80%, but we use only 30%
Okay.
of
Okay.
the capacity.
Anyone else? Just a number, just 10%. Okay. So the answer is 2.5 PB, which is 2.5 petabytes. In simple terms, it's 25 lakhs GB. Okay, it's 2.5 million GB. That is the memory capacity all of us have. So, friends, forget machine learning. This is memory learning. Okay, what I'm going to tell you about is about a very powerful tool that every one of us have here, and that is called memory. And by the name, my name is Venkat, and I'm a memory coach, a study skills trainer, and a speed reading trainer. Okay, and today, how many of you are interested to learn a technique on memory? Everyone? Okay. So let's do a small activity. Okay, all my seminars and events are mostly on activities. I'm not too sure if I can complete that in 4 minutes, but I'll try my best. Okay. Okay. So what I will do now is I'll tell 10 words, normal words that we all hear and communicate, And I want you all to remember those words and try to tell it in the same sequence. Ready? 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 Everyone ready? Okay. The first word is water. The second is fan. The third is fire. The fourth is watch. The fifth is train. The sixth is I forgot myself. The sixth is Joker. The seventh is forest. The eighth is garden. The ninth is elephant. The 10th is white. White.
White.
White. Okay. Clear? 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 Anybody wants to tell these words, and it, maybe two of you can tell it to me back in the same sequence.
Water, rain, fire, watch, rain, and after that.
Great, great. That's good. That's good. Great. Great attempt. Anyone else, please? Ah, no, no, that won't do. That won't do. That won't do.
Yeah, because we're short of time also. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Water, fan, fire, watch, rain, joker, forest, garden. Last one is white. Yeah, forest, garden.
Wow, 9 out of 10. Excellent, excellent, ma'am. Excellent. Wonderful. Okay, so now how many of you want to tell this, all of this, in a sequential way, in a very easy manner? Are you ready for it? You want to learn? Okay. Okay. For that, I want you to close your eyes and just listen to a beautiful story that I'm talking about. Okay. Just listen to it from start to end. It's a very easy story. Just listen to it. Okay. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. So water is being poured into a fan. The fan is burning in fire. The fire, in the fire, there's a black watch. The watch is running after a train. In the train, there is a joker. The train is passing through a road. The road is leading to a beautiful garden. In the garden, there is an elephant sleeping, and the elephant color is white. Keep your eyes closed. Just remember the story as it happened right in front of you, from water till white. Okay? Slowly open your eyes. Can any one of you tell me these 10 words in sequence? Anyone?
Water, fan, fire, watch, train, joker, forest, garden. Or was it road?
Yeah.
Yeah, road, garden, elephant and white.
Wow, 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 excellent. So guys, what you've just done is actually Triple R. I'm not talking about the Rajamouli movie Triple R. It's actually the functions of memory. It's actually called receive, retain, and recall. These are the functions of memory. And what the system that you learned just now is called the link system. That's a memory technique. Okay. So there's no good or bad memory. There's only trained or untrained memory. Thank you very much.
Okay, hi everyone. So when Rahul told that the theme was rituals, generally every time you listen to a topic, there's always something running in the back of your head while you're actively doing something. Till this morning, I had no idea about what I'll actually be sharing if I were to stand. But the only thing that I constantly think of when rituals come as in my mind is that for me, it's not individualistic. It's a lot to do with togetherness. It's a lot to do with family. So when I think about rituals, nothing that I individually do came to mind. It was more about how, as a group of people, is it friends? Is it in my school? What things I consistently did? Is it my family? Is it my cousins? What do we do together on a regular basis, or when a situation occurs? What do we do together? Was the instant thought for me when rituals come to mind. So I think for me, rituals is a lot to do with togetherness, and we all can connect and create a core memory together every time. Though I think it like that, I do not think I have something like that in my life, which is consistent or has been something that I've always done for the past years of my life. So then now I start picking that what are some things that worked for a while, what are some things that we didn't do. And I remember that when I was in school, every time anybody in our class scored really well or actually achieved something apart from what we did in our school premises, our class teacher would always ask us to come up on stage and talk about everything that didn't go right in the process. So she never really asked us, how do you feel now? Or she never really asked us, what did you really achieve? Or how do you feel now? Or are you very successful? So share with everybody what you learned. No learnings, only about what was the struggle. Where did you fall? What was difficult in the process? So we did this for almost 4 years in our school period. It was our language teacher and we had her for consistently 4 years. And that was, I think I was in my 9th grade and she was no more my teacher for the past 2 years. Suddenly the thought came up and I reached out to her and I asked her, why did you ask us to do this? Why was it that you needed us to always talk about what was difficult? And she told me that every time when you hear stories about overnight successes or people who changed their trajectory in one night, I want you all to always remember that it was not one night. It takes that kind of effort, it takes that kind of consistency, it takes that kind of commitment to your goal and your dreams. So don't ever look at somebody's success and think how lucky they got. And that's why she always made this a thing. And I think a lot of times when I now think unknowingly, because of those 3-4 years of consistent practice that she did with us, I tend to always also look at the journey. So the matter of what we achieved or didn't achieve never ponders on my head anymore, me or for anybody else. I think that was something that she really engraved in us through a ritual that she consistently did with us. So yeah, that's that. With my friends, we do this ritual of always, whenever somebody is having a heartbreak, or if somebody is having a difficult time, or they fought with their mother, or they wanted to go somewhere else and they couldn't really take that step, so they just want to vent out. So we do a monthly venting session. We drop in the group saying that urgent, need to blabber. And then we know that we'll make time quickly in that day somewhere and, pour our hearts out and just listen without question or judgment about what you really have issues for. So I think these are the rituals that I think has kept me going. Unfortunately, a ritual at home has always been, that I was actually talking about earlier, is when festivals come in, we don't have to plan it, but there's always a disagreement and somebody's fighting with someone. At least it's in a very typical Marwadi house. I don't know about it's a thing in every Indian house, but that's an unknown, that's a not thought of ritual. So yeah, I think for me, rituals is about togetherness and coming together. So yeah, that's that. Thank you.
Label it as a ritual, but still I think there are a lot of practices that, like you said, you did for those 4 years and today invariably it is a part of your life. That is also kind of at a subconscious level the ritual which is in play.
All right. Hello everyone, good evening. It's so nice to meet you all on this evening in this park. So coming to rituals, I really love the way Yashna had divided it into 2 parts. One is the ritual that you have with the people and one is the ritual you have it yourself. So that's how I might categorize my stuff. Coming to rituals that I have with people, like we are Indians, so we have full of festivals throughout the year. And when I was thinking about rituals now, I remember following a same pattern every year with respect to different festivals that be it Ganesh Chaturthi, wherein I make it a point to watch every Ganesh that's in all the streets and maybe spend time during those 9 days especially for that. And coming to Navratri, we do that Diksha, and then coming to the Shravana Masam, we have Kartika Masam, we have this Ayyappa Swami mala we wear. And it's like for every festival I've been seeing that same pattern being repeated, and I think that's the way of life. That's how I've grown since childhood. That's one side of it. And coming to the rituals that I personally follow, it's more of a habit, I would say. Is I think since past 1 year or so, I've been following this ritual of gratitude. So the first thought that comes to my mind every morning is saying thank you for this wonderful day, no matter how good or bad that is. And the last thought in the night before I sleep, no matter how bad that goes, thank you for this wonderful day again. So that's the ritual I see myself following for, I think, close to 1 year now. And in the recent days, I have come to IT. So the pattern that I see that I am repeating is I go to office twice a week. And whenever I go office, I make it a point to go early and then grab a coffee, read a book for 2 hours in the morning. So I start way ahead the office time, and the remaining 3 days that I be home, if not for every day, I make it a point to go to temple every evening and meditate there. So, and Toastmasters is one such ritual. Every weekend I make it a point at least to work on myself in some aspect, or else I attend a event like this to continue that learning. So yeah, that's about the rituals that I follow. Thank you.
Very interesting shares, both Yashna and Shashank. I think I was reminded of one ritual religiously. This is the only ritual technically when it comes to the spirit and the thought behind it is something that I follow. It's like Yashna might be knowing. It's a festival that we have in the year for 8 days. Pradyushan is a Jain festival. As a part of that, on the last day, there's something called as Samvatsari Pratikaman that we do, which is a 2.5 to 3 hours ritual of the entire process of how we go through seeking forgiveness for all the intentional or unintentional mistakes that we have done, hurt someone through the year. That is one small ritual. And I think that one ritual may not be the entire year, but at least in that one ritual in those 2 hours, I make sure I'm completely absorbed in that experience. Most of you all, if you have Jain friends, you would have got a month ago a message from many of them. It is called Mikshami Dukram. The word is said, this phrase Mikshami Dukram is seeking forgiveness, and is said after that pratikaman is done by someone. So basically you have cleansed your heart, and eventually at the end of it you are seeking forgiveness from the people that are around you. So that's one ritual where I felt it has a very deep moving effect on me with regard to how I feel a lot lighter once I go through that process. So I think that's one ritual through the year that I follow religiously. One thing that I do follow, and I believe in it, and I feel it has a massive effect on how I feel and live my life post doing that ritual. So that's about the religious things. That's possibly the only thing that I follow in terms of religion. Yeah, the acts are there. Going to Hanuman temple every day morning, it's become like a part and parcel of my ritual now, or going for this walk. So yeah, the religious part of it is going to for a ritual, like a temple that I'm going since the last 1.5 to 2 years. Almost, unless I'm traveling or it's not possible for me to go, I go to this Tadban Hanuman Mandir every single day. I go to the office through that route and then go to the office. That's how it has become for me now. But yeah, everything has its own benefit of how it is trickling down on how I'm leading my life. I think yesterday in the online version of the same open mic, we had someone sharing that how he's a Muslim and he started to do the namaz 5 times a day. And it has had a massive effect on how he's finding peace within himself just by devoting this extra time to the namaz every 5 times a day. So yeah, he was never doing it in the past, but once he started to do it, it's a peace that he's found. And I feel each one of us, you call it religious or you call it just a practice, whatever you want to call it, but if the spirit behind it is there, intact, you want to give a God's name or Allah's name or whatever name, if the spirit is intact, I think rituals have a great power to add that stability and calmness and peace within our lives. That's something that I learned. Let's move to the next speaker. Who's coming up?
Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to see you all, and it feels so light that we are having a meeting here in a park. So basically, I would also divide my thing into 2 parts. Like after seeing everyone's speeches, everyone's experience sharing, I felt like what I have been doing, what have been imparted to me as a ritual, and what I have lately been doing, and forming a new ritual. I do not have a per se independent thought of doing this for myself that I am building right now. Like as a kid, I always used to I always loved to fly kites, and it was a very big thing at my home that if Sankranti is coming, this guy will not be at home for 15 days. Like I would start it way back 15 days, go to the terrace and just fly kites. There was no meaning. I just used to be very happy doing that activity every Sankranti. I used to be geared up. I used to start that in December. I used to buy the reels and all those things. So that has been a part of my life always since like 22 years of my existence. But lately I've also thought there are few things that I should independently start thinking about. There should be something that I do it for myself, and I have recognized the pattern that I've always looked others what they're doing and never reflected myself inside. So one thing that has changed in last 10 15 weeks is I started saying yes to things, and that has changed, that is bringing me new experiences. Now earlier I used to just be with a gang. Imagine if I were in a school, I used to meet a group of two people and had led my school life there only. It ended there. So I used to be barricaded with their thoughts, used to live life what their opinions were. So now I make it a point that I might give myself some time, and I meet new people. Do not judge myself basis what that group thinks about me. So what their opinions are. I am trying to make new groups. I am trying to meet myself and understand. Do I also have? I am in a process of making my own thinking process, like thinking ideology, apart from what has been put down to me. Because at my family we do not talk much. It has been so much about business and only those conversations. Now lately things are changing, so I am building a thought process for myself. So that has been like last 15 weeks have been in doing that. So that is a ritual that I want to build for my life for next 4 5 years. I want to continue and see where it takes me.
I've seen Jay for the past 4 years now almost. I've seen him from that boy to the man. It doesn't feel so. I was referring to that only. But yeah, I love the fact of how he talked about finding your own space. And I think rituals, to a large extent, while you talk of religious ones, you talk of the work ones, you talk of the family ones, this eventually we have to build our own. And we have to see what works for us and how it works. At the end of it, if a ritual is not working, like ma'am was telling, there are a lot of things that people follow for the sake of it. Because there's no spirit behind it, there's no impact behind it. And that's the thing I think what we all need to work on while we are seeing how a ritual is being done. Look at the thought process, go deeper. I've always told, go layer 2, layer 3 behind the purpose or the thought behind it. Either you get to understand better or you see the flaw in it. Either ways, if you go deeper, I think there's a lot of learning that we can have. There's a reason behind. A lot of people challenge the rituals. I'm not saying the rituals of faith are often challenged because they are not able to concretely give an answer that this is what we are doing and why we are doing it. But doesn't mean we have to doubt those. If it's invariably, implicitly adding to peace and calmness, it's okay. But yeah, like, thank you, Jay, for that wonderful perspective that find your space and your ritual and create one. I think that's what you build and you create a legacy for yourself. Thank you. Let's move to the next speaker, Hare Krishna.
Yes, I'm very happy today because in the other open mics, the photo was not that much bright. So because it will come bright. And I have few, setups. I guess if you allow, I will tell. You know, there are some, in an army barrack, okay, there was a chair, okay. They were painting every year, okay. And one certain chair, it used to be half black and half yellow. So it continued for 10 years. And later on, a journalist, investigated that what is the reason. So he investigated the matter and went 10 years back. He asked the question, why, what was the reason that you made it like half color? Like, no, it was due to the shortage of color. But you people are still following it? Yeah. That is the way we follow rituals. And there are some certain rituals, people follow without knowing. Like I'm very happy with the American culture that they don't call sir each other, okay. But they are not implementing in our office. Compulsorily I want to call someone sir, and I don't like one ritual. It is sensitive. Sis, during the menstrual cycle, women are not allowed to cook. But I can't eat tasteless food, man. If I want to cook, so let her do the work. And another ritual I don't like. Somebody tell that before any soup you should eat the curd, but I don't know at that night why they provided me that hot milk, which was not good, and I guess some people will get to know it later, but it's okay. And I know I'm very obsessed. I'm not obsessed. I'm not getting the word. That's why I used obsessed. I'm very not happy with the way our politician wearing white. Okay, because if you ask someone, no, it gives us peace. But the peace should be reflected in your balance sheet, not your kurta, man. You should take it seriously. And I like the Indian rituals very much, be it Muslim, Hindu, Christian, because at the end the food is must. And there is another ritual that you always give respect to the elder. But have you ever asked the elder that he want or not? And there is another ritual that yeah, and there is another ritual that हर आदमी के अंदर भगवान होता है. साला थप्पड़ कैसे मार लेते हैं फिर यार. और there is a ritual like ये बोलते हैं कि तुम अच्छा हो तो तुम्हारे साथ भी अच्छा होगा, लेकिन ये नहीं बताते कि इट इज एक्सक्लूडेड फॉर द बेटर हाफ. अपने वाइफ के ये बताना चाहिए था. And there are some good rituals like if you go to temple, there are vibes, okay, and not only temples, if you go to some wellness center also you will find that. So I told the same thing to that person also. I got the vibe that I was getting in the temple. And as ma'am said, you should feel the ritual, not follow. Like Gandhi ji told, okay, एक थप्पड़ मारे तो दूसरा दिखाए. लेकिन आजकल लोग फॉलो तो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उस जो गांधी जी बता रहे थे उसमें इमरान हाशमी घुसा दे रहे हैं. ओके, सो दैट वाज ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you. Fascinating to listen to his version of whatever theme we provide. चाहे थीम कुछ भी हो, उनको जो करना है वही करेंगे. Thank you. But I think he's kind of it. It's a roast on ritual of what is and what is not and what it should not be. So thank you. I think that was a wonderful take on the idea. And while you saying, see, you got company, आके बैठ गया, ये तो कुछ तो हंस रहे, सब लोग हंस रहे तो कुछ तो अच्छा ही होगा. So that's where you had the company and we had the entrance, special appearance of this. चलो मेरे को भी एक होगा लेने के लिए कि मेरे सेशन के टाइम पे आया था करके.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ismail. So we have listened a lot about the rituals, why we are doing it. So first thing which I liked about ritual is everything we have to understand what is the purpose, why we are following some ritual. Okay, like growing beard. Okay, initially I was forced to grow the beard. Post marriage, it was post marriage. My wife has suggested, okay, you have to have a beard. So at that time I was not able to understand why we have to have a beard. Then I started researching on it, and then I found that it is scientifically proved that every day shaving is not good. Okay, it will lead to cancer, and it is very expensive. Okay, it is very expensive. Instead of shaving, you can go for a natural dye. Okay, which will be there for 5 days or more than that, depends on your age. So why to harm our skin? And end of the day, will be like facing some skin allergy, or most of them are having skin cancers because of shaving regularly. Okay, before the presentation, whenever there is a presentation, what we do is, no matter last night we have shaved, again in the morning we are shaving it. So coming back to the topic, that is ritual. Ritual is like practicing the best things which are good for you and good for the society. Okay, if you turn around, or if you gather all these topics, the main important things are like values. The values, we are helping each other, we are helping others, we are helping our nature. So
these are rituals for me. Okay, and I will say gratitude. Today we are sitting here. We should be most gratitude to Rahul ji for giving this platform, and this is the first time in my life I'm standing under a tree and speaking. So everyone, like other person said that okay, he's having a bright view. So some of the other way you are making him happy. Right. That is also a ritual. Okay, and we have heard about people who don't believe about ritual. That is their take. Okay, that is their take. But if you listen the entire speech, okay, he was saying that he's helping his servant, he's helping his driver, he's helping his helping the needy people. That is also one of the ritual. I believe it. I'm doing it. Without believing, he's also following it. That is, end of the day, we are following the rituals. Okay, and other guy said that Jay has said flying kite. That is also my one of the biggest habit. I'm expert and pro in flying kite. I'm born and brought up in nearby KBR Park. So I used to catch flight in this location. Okay, at that time, flying kite means it's not only purchasing. It was like once there is a jaake pakdo, and that will give you more enjoyment. Now we are just spending money and like you go to terrace. That was different. This is different experience. But if you go back, it was a very different experience where we used to run behind the kites and chase it. And it was like achievement for us. Okay, there were 10 boys and I was the one who is expert in catching the kites. Okay, that is also a ritual, because end of the day, all the rituals should be giving you serene, love and peace. Okay, by following rituals, what we can have is contented life. What all means, I'm into IT. I will be running behind technology all the time. After crossing a age, I will look back and see, okay, what was the purpose of my life? Okay, to lead a happy life, but we are not doing it because we are running behind the challenges. Okay, that person has achieved so much. Okay, let me pull up my socks and I will also chase them, and our life is gone. So enjoy your life and follow the rituals. Those which you feel that okay, which are good for you. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akash, and first of all, sorry for being late. And yeah, so my take on rituals is, first I would like to clarify what my understanding of rituals are. So many people think of ritual as some associate rituals with some religion or some tradition. For example, bursting crackers in Diwali, that people understand it as a ritual. But for me, what I believe is ritual is more personal than what we do as a society. Rituals are something which adds value to our life, and it can be anything which we repeat, and it has certain meaning for ourselves. And you may also think that it is the same as habits, because habits also we repeat. So no, there is a like very slight difference between rituals and habits. Habits are something which we do without thinking. For example, brushing our teeth every day. We are not thinking about that we have to scrape all the germs and that's why we are doing that. We are just waking up and it's a habit that we have to brush our teeth or we have to take a bath daily. We are not always consciously thinking that we are doing this thing for a particular reason. But rituals are somewhat different. Rituals has a deeper meaning for it. For example, touching the feet of our elders, as you mentioned. So it is not about that. I mean, what is the meaning of doing that? For example, if I am touching the feet of a stranger, for me, it has a significance that I am like greeting that person in a certain way. For other person, I mean, if someone came from America, for him, shake hand would be that ritual. But ritual is somewhat personal to me. It doesn't matter that what other people are seeing me as it is. So that's my take on ritual. And I would like to share one ritual which I have I currently follow. I have started currently. So when I started my professional career, so that time I was so unorganized. I was not able to allocate specific time to all my work, and after the end of the day, even though I was working 9 to 10 hours, somewhat tasks are always left. So recently what I started is I start my office at around 2 p.m. So around 5 to 6 p.m. what I do is I keep my laptop in my mobile on my desk and go to cafeteria, have a tea and drink a tea for almost 10 to 15 minutes, and I think about everything. whatever I have done in my day, what I will be doing, where my life is going, I think about every day. Now you may think that drinking tea may also be a habit. Yes, it is a habit. You can consider it as a habit, but for me it has a more deeper value. I am not considering coffee or anything else. For me, that tea, my perfect spot, and thinking and my peace, and what that ritual has brought to my life, I know the value of it. I know that after practicing this, I was not doing it for improving my life. I was just doing it for my peace, and what value it has brought into my life, only I can know the significance of it. So that's my take on rituals. Thank you.
Okay, so I have a few things to share from especially Akash, what you shared. One is there's a difference, like he mentioned, the difference between habits and rituals. One is often said that habit is an act of the act itself, while ritual is something that you do before you get into the act. So it's an act that sets you up and sets you in the present while you get into something. So different rituals that you mentioned about respecting others, or the office ritual that you're talking of, they're things and practices. So as an example, your memory thing, before you get actually into an act, there's a set of calming down and settling down that you do. For me as a speaker, I've had an instance where I've talked to like 10 people, 20 people, I've talked to 700 people also. But one thing which is consistent for me before I get onto any stage is a set of activities that I do before I go on to speak. Grounding ritual that I do just before I go on to stage, wherein there's an affirmation that I say to myself, because that is one thing which overwhelms anyone who's going on to stage in the public space, overwhelm which comes. It's a grounding ritual where I say to myself, I'm not here to perform, I'm here to serve. I say these lines 3 times to myself before I go on to stage, and that takes off the entire pressure of entire performance or the pressure of failure and all those things. Because when you're serving, there's no failure ever. You're there to serve, and that's what you're doing. And before I start to speak the first word, I have this habit of doing this. It's not a religious ritual. It's just that I've built this practice where I say purity from my heart to what I say. Just give me that purity with whatever performance, whatever practice, preparation I've done. At the end of it, it boils down to give me purity from my heart to what I'm saying. That's it. I think these are practices which have helped me, irrespective of the kind of stage or the challenges that I've faced in different stages, different kinds of situations, different moments on stage. This is my ritual before I go on to any stage. So it's found my calm. That's where I remembered when you said that coffee or tea, to others it might not make sense of what I'm doing. But to me, it is a relevance of what I'm thinking before I'm getting into that act. And that's what rituals are. It need not make sense to anyone else except for yourself. And that is for you. And that is something that's going to ground you and help you perform better. The act is what I'm going to deliver. But this is something that will allow me to do that act well. So ask yourself, with regard to the things that you're doing, can you build a certain set of sequence of things that you do? Because randomness will not allow your mind to settle down before the major act. While I'll tell you the situation which I had in Jubileance 2023 when I won 4 contests. While there were 4 contests on 2 days, back to back, doing what I'm doing as a ritual allowed me to neutralize the pressure of that event and that stage and that scale and whatever you want to call. This is something that I've learned, and I think this has worked wonders for me. I've seen many other people doing different things. So as an example, Tony Robbins, he's someone who has high performance, high energy, and he delivers with high energy for 12 hours. What he does before he goes on to stage is 15 minutes of jumping and stretching and high intensive exercise before he goes on to that stage. And that's where people are in awe of the energy that he can maintain for 12 hours. This is what he does. Deeper energy management for executing that. So ask yourself in your daily practice, can you build something as a sequence before you get into your work? Just that 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be big. Something which is allowing you to be consistent and allow your mind to trick into, this is the regular stuff that I'm doing. It's not pressure. It's nothing is going to change. Irrespective of the stake of it, it's something that can help you. So one challenge that I faced 2 years ago was with anxiety. It's a basic practice that I learned from the tips from Yashna and a few other friends that I got to know about, and my therapist as well. The one thing that I learned is the rule of 3-3-3. It is said that if you are using these 3 things, all the anxiety and the pressure goes away because you're coming back and centering yourself to this moment. while you are doing anything, ask for 3 things that you can hear intentionally, 3 things that you can see intentionally, and 3 movements that you can do intentionally. By the time the 9 steps are done, you are in the present, not focused too much on the past, not worried about the future. You are in the present, and these intentional activities can be a ritual for you to take away all the anxiety and pressure. So those were the few things that I had in mind while you shared specifically about the rituals beyond the religion. So thank you. With that, we come to an end. I hope each one of you all had a great experience in the midst of nature, among the peacocks, while you're speaking. You saw they were still not disturbing you. They were adding to the piece while you were experiencing what was being said. And that's the beauty of nature. I feel the last 6 to 7 months, I've been a regular to this park. And I know the peace that I get every single morning just being here. Earlier, I used to think I don't have time. But after I spend these 90 minutes in the morning here, I invariably have more time today than what I ever had in the past. And I think that's been a good ritual that I've built for myself of allowing these 90 minutes to myself before I get into the day. And it's been helpful. With that, we come to an end for today's session. Anyone would like to share your experience, your feedback, your thoughts about the session? Please come forward, and more than happy to listen. Sir.
So this is my first time that I came to speak up, and I really like the energy, the excitement that everyone has, the inclusivity, and genuinely people want to hear people, and that's the wonderful thing I've seen here. I really appreciate that. I want to come more for these sessions, and thank you very much, Rahul. It's been a great that you're able to keep up this kind of energy everywhere. So wonderful. And talking about ritual, I want to teach you all memory exercise. You can maybe follow it. It's good for you to activate your brain every day. A very simple exercise. Put both your hands up like this. Okay, right? And now do this. Right? Close this. Open this. Do this. Continue this for at least 5 times every day. And you see that your brain gets activated. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I forgot to add one more thing. In Hindu rituals also, in all across all regions, the fasting is there. But they told that no, carbs are not allowed. You eat fruit. Okay, but there is some restriction. We eat 500 grams of food. That is not allowed. Okay, and further, why the peacock was roaming? Because we are talking all positive things. If it would have been a political rally, he would have been miles away. But it was truly a good experience to hear all of your versions, and it was truly an amazing experience all the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Had a great experience being here. I think it's been years that Rahul has been sending me this invite, but I never really got a chance to make it. But I'm really glad I made it today because of my friends. And this session actually conveyed me again the importance of listening to perspectives of people, because I think from each one of your rituals, I think I learned a new thing which I might implement going back. So I think thank you, Rahul, for doing this.
Thank you.